You're watching Autour du Monde.
and you're visiting Athens.
If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to like our videos. In this new episode of Autour du Monde in Greece, we'll visit the city of Greece, Athens. We'll visit especially the Acropolis and numerous archaeological sites.
J'avais bu du café, les gars.
After a few days visiting the Peloponnese, we decided to stay 2 days in Athens. The capital of Greece abounds in archaeological sites and museums.
Non, impossible. Vite, on est là.
In order to find our way around, as we do regularly, we choose to take a tourist bus.
Hello, guys.
In addition to the multiple trips in the heart of the city, our package included a ticket to visit the Acropolis and some other sites of interest.
Ça va, Vincent? Chaud? C'est beau?
The advantage is to have an overview of the important monuments of the city while sitting comfortably. However, the trip between 2 points of interest can be long. We enjoyed the ride, which allowed us to see different squares and monuments in the city that we would not have seen otherwise. It also allowed us to see some demonstrators. Our tour ends with a stop at what can be considered as the emblem of the Greek capital, the Parthenon. First real stop of the day, the site of the Acropolis of Athens, which includes many monuments, including the Parthenon.
Le Colisée, c'est où? C'est à Rome. Ah!
There are many people who want to visit this marvel of antiquity, which is one of the most visited tourist sites in the world. If you come here, on the way, you will discover first the impressive Roman theater, which is in fact the Odeon of Herod Atticus, built in the year 161. Nowadays, the monument hosts cultural events of international renown.
So we are now close to the Acropolis.
And since we are not the only ones who want to discover the site, you have to be patient, since the line at the entrance can be quite long, as you will notice.
On est seul, en toute intimité. On va y arriver.
But to get to the Acropolis, expect a grueling climb, since the hill rises to 156 meters. Once entered, we can see at once the magnificent Parthenon, which did not have it easy through history. Having become a church and a mosque, the building would have been well preserved until the 17th century. However, the Neos, having become a powder magazine, under the Ottomans. In 1687, during the Morea War, a Venetian mortar shoot hit the building.
Suivez-nous.
Standing in the center of the city, the site has long served as a citadel, but remains for many an ancient religious sanctuary. It is believed that the site was first used as a village, then as a fortress, before becoming, during what is called the Archaic and Classical period, a great sanctuary dedicated to the cult of Athena.
Bonjour Vincent, ça va bien?
Bien sûr.
Nous sommes présentement à l'Acropole d'Athènes. C'est un endroit merveilleux.
Suivez-nous dans nos péripéties.
Alors, c'est le moment Instagram du voyage.
It is interesting to walk on this hill because it offers a spectacular view of the whole city of Athens. There is also a belvedere where a Greek flag is proudly hoisted. After having spent a lot of time under the sun, under a temperature of 35 degrees, we decided to finish this walk with a little refreshment.
On fait un boomerang.
We continue our visit by going down the hill, where there are many vestiges of the Greek and the Roman times. Obviously, tourists are solicited from all over to buy some souvenirs. A stop at the Roman Agora is not necessary, but this ancient public square of Athens allows us to better understand what was the central market and gathering place of the city under the Roman rule. It is worth noting that there were two adjacent but distinct agoras in Athens. Among the vestiges of the site, the marvelous Tower of the Winds, also called the Clock of Andronikos. Before becoming a church, the building was in fact an hydraulic clock. Of note, the eddies of the winds adorn each of its 8 faces. After a long walk, what could be better than a good beer and a good meal with a view on the Acropolis? Obviously, Greek salad is on the menu. We then continued our way to Monastiraki Square. On the road were the ruins of Hadrian's library. Again, not much remained of the ancient building, reputed to have had 100 columns. As you can see, tourists are delighted to be able to walk where the Greek and Roman once strolled. The place also contains the remains of an ancient cathedral. As for the Monastiraki Square, there is a small church and an old mosque converted into a museum, and a range of shops that makes the happiness of the thousands of tourists who pass there every day. After a big half day under the sun, we returned to the hotel to recharge our batteries. It was in fact only to better leave to discover again Athens. You should know that besides the tourist bus service and the local public transportation, the city is very easy to get around and walk. Another interesting archaeological sector for the amateur of ancient ruins is that of the Olympian, located south of the Acropolis. First of all, the tourists discover with joy the door of Hadrian, also known under the name Arch of Hadrian. To visit the site of the Olympian, we finally had to get back on our step. And then we were surprised to see some turtles passing by, among which this one who seems to have lost his way. We continued then our road to discover what had to constitute, at its time, a singular temple. The construction of this very vast Olympian, of which it remains today only 15 columns, will have lasted nearly 7 centuries. If you hear the Greek national anthem, it means that we are heading toward the famous Panathinaik Stadium, which hosted the first Olympic game of the modern era in 1896. The current building is in fact the renovation of an ancient stadium. It is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful monuments of the city, but the entrance fee is much too high. We suggest that you simply stop and take a picture of the place rather than paying for the visit. We left at the end of the day in direction of the neighborhood of Exarcheia to have a good meal at the restaurant at Titamos. We were delighted by the atmosphere of the place and its succulent food. After this excellent meal, we headed to Syntagma Square and the Greek Parliament, more precisely in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier, to attend the changing of the guard.
Alors, c'est le soir à Athènes et nous avons décidé de voir quelque chose d'assez inusité, c'est-à-dire la relève de la garde devant la...
Quite an event not to be missed by any visitor to the capital. The guard are dressed in traditional uniforms, with big tassel on their wool socks and a red beret.
Vincent, est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer ce qui se passe ici?
Oui, c'est présentement un pas de danse, typiquement grec.
fait par des soldats.
Voilà.
However, the whole thing can be very long, and after a while we decided to leave for the hotel.
Bon, si vous voulez y aller, allez-y. Moi, je vais voir la fin.
Thanks for watching that new episode of Autour du Monde. In the next episode, we'll still stay in Athens and we will discover many other incredible sights of that city.